Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercrest, and welcome back to Let's Play Tougi, King Colossus. In the last episode, we escaped from Lair Coliseum after finding King Lawyer, who passed away shortly after we met him, and rescued Iria, his daughter. But when we escaped, we got caught by Queen Desire, and now we're sent here to this Daria Coliseum. So we now have a whole bunch of people to talk to after we get away from all these cells. And we're going to have to talk to all these people in order to get on with the fighting here. Yes, we are going to be fighting monsters again. First guy I talk to is this guy. He just does the rankings, just like in Laird Coliseum. And the ranking system is going to be a little different here. You feel free to pause that list, just go back to it and pause if you need to. Probably went to it a little bit too fast. This guy cheers you on whenever you talk to him, I guess. And to the left of him is Ganku, but before we talk to him, I talk to these guards just to prove that if you don't talk to everybody before you go for a fight, you won't be allowed access into the arena, so to speak. So you do have to talk to everybody before you can continue on with this part. Now let's talk to Ganku, who is at this Daria Coliseum like he said he would be. Ganku will give you hints on the enemies that you will face. And believe it or not, you don't start at the very bottom this time around. You'll find out soon enough. As for Iria, we don't know where she is. Ganku hasn't seen her, so we're gonna have to find her some way, somehow. But for now, we need to worry about fighting for our lives again in this Coliseum. Now, just earlier I said that we don't exactly start at the bottom. We'll be facing Vura first, the Necromancer. Vura is the 4th ranked opponent, who are actually going up like 2 ranks, like pretty much immediately. 2 or 3. Vura will have some skeletons with him, her, whoever Vura is. Just focus on attacking Vura. Don't worry about the skeletons. Very, very good hint there. And this guy isn't impressed with us. Matter of fact, he pretty much stays unimpressed with us throughout this whole part. And this guy tells you, just like you were told in Laird, that you fight monsters here instead of humans. And even they agree that it's better than fighting other humans in Laird. And there is some more stuff to the left. I accidentally run into that guy, and then I accidentally talk to the weapons guy, who I wanted to talk to anyway. We have 4 weapons to choose from. Metal Hammer, a large hammer-like weapon. The Anger Lance, a very powerful spear-like weapon, a Hermit Cane. Another magical rod, and the Skull Shield, powerful shield. I'm going to use the Anger Lance, because it worked wonders for me in my first playthrough. And just like in the Lair Coliseum, you actually had to press B twice to continue the dialogue after you got your weapon. That's also probably what I was thinking about in an earlier video while I was down at the other Coliseum. And we have 2 more people to the left here. There's this guy who will tell you about Chris, who is just to the left of him. Chris will be the healer for this Coliseum. And these guys just groan if you talk to them. And this is Chris. Chris will tell you, hey, I'll heal you in case you're hurt or anything. And that's pretty much it for all the people here. I talked to her again in case she had anything else to say after that, but she didn't. So now it's on to the arena. So we can now talk to the guards, and we can fight for a title. Our first opponent will be Vura, ranked 4th. We're not starting at the bottom, so we don't have to do a whole bunch of fighting like last time. And they don't tell you that you have to go through this door. It's pretty much understood that that's the door leading into the gladiator pit, I guess. And you do get the title match info right away. There's Queen Desire, Lena to the left, and some other guy to the right. And she says that over here as well. That same message she had at Laird as well. I keep forgetting she does that, so it takes me a while to realize, hey, I need to scroll away from this, like right now. And here's Vura. Do as Ganku says. I mean, if you need to attack the skeletons, feel free to do so, but concentrate on Vura. Very easy battle. And we're going to talk to everybody before we talk to the guards again, just like last time. We are going to look at the rankings. And we're facing Wape next. 5 and 6 are completely different people. I'm guessing that was a title match that was in progress before we talked to everybody the first time. One can only think so. And now that we know where we are in the rankings, let's talk to everyone else, followed by this, starting with this guy, who's just cheering us on. Ganku here will give us hints on fighting Wape, a magician. Wape has the ability to teleport, so getting to him will be a little tricky if you don't know what to do. And this guy doesn't like us. This guy is a little more receptive. And now that we're over here, we can go talk to him, who tells us about Chris. And then we can talk to Chris herself. Even she says something different every time you talk to her, so even if you're not hurt or anything, feel free to talk to her in case you just want the dialogue. I mean, you don't have to, but it helps. It's interesting. And now that we're done talking to everybody, let's go for another title match. There are practice matches just like in Laird. It's enemies you've already fought. Really nothing special, even though they just have a boss energy bar. But other than that, the practice matches are really easy. And here's me forgetting to realize that Queen Astaria is talking again, and then I need to scroll through the text quickly because it's just the same as Laird, and it's really annoying. And here's this guy. Wape. This guy will teleport and try to shoot a fireball at you. You can actually hit the fireball with your weapon. It's a little hard to time sometimes, but it can be done. I do manage to hit the fireball here. And there are enemies in this section, in these fights, that you'll see as regular enemies later on, just like in Laird. So keep that in mind. And that's another easy enemy down. Just like in Laird, all these fights are pretty easy if you know what to do. And we are now at number 3, and we're facing Mato next. I'm guessing that this guy stays close to Lena. How else would this guy know? Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to Ganku here. He'll tell us about Maito, who uses the art of self-duplication, Bunshin no Jutsu. Why they gave that a name, I don't know, but it is pretty nice that they did. Anger Lance comes in really, really useful in this match, which this guy thinks we won't win. We'll show him. As for this guy, he actually is glad that he doesn't have to fight against us. That's nice, I guess. And if you talk to this guy, you'll find out that he wants to bear his feelings to her. Never really explains why. You've talked to Chris, we've gotten healed now, so let's go ahead and talk to the guards again, so that way we can do another title match. It's gonna be all title matches in case you didn't know, because I wasn't in the mood to do the practice ones because, well, I was so close. Well, actually not so close, but rather not really close enough to a level to justify doing a whole bunch of them. So I just do this. Maito is probably the hardest enemy of the four. Maito has a short energy bar, but it can be difficult if you can't strike the real Maito because of the whole duplicates thing. Best advice I can give, have the Anger Lance equipped. If you don't have it, go borrow it from the guy at the weapons counter, and then use it here at this battle. If you hit the real one, I can't really tell how the real one is the real one. There's probably some sort of tell that I'm not picking up. But just keep on going, don't give up with this battle. You'll eventually hit the real Maito. And if you're as leveled as I am, you could beat Maito with the Anger Lance in just 2 hits. So it can be a very short battle if you let it. And we're gonna look at the rankings one more time because Ganime is the only enemy that we have left. And thankfully Ganku will tell us all about Ganime, so I don't have to. Well, I will anyway. I have to repeat what is said on the screen. And this guy says that Princess Lena wants to speak to you, so you may be invited to this Daria castle nearby if you win this. Ganku will tell you that Ganime is a gigantic crab monster. He tells you about the bubble attack that Ganime has. Definitely want to avoid that. And this guy finally realizes the inevitable is going to happen, that we're going to beat Ganime. And if you talk to this guy, he'll tell you that Chris rejected him. Poor guy. We might as well go ahead and talk to Chris one last time. Get that sliver of health refilled. Get that sliver of MP filled up that we got from the level up. We did level up in that last battle. That gave us quite a bit of experience. And she didn't really say anything else after that, so that was the one thing that she had to say prior to the final fight here. And let's go for it. Next match is ranked first against Ganime. The crab battle. I'm reminded of that one Metal Gear Solid video. Crab battle. I can't do Snake. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. After I forget one last time that Queen Desire says things. At least we don't have to deal with that ever again. And very big health bar. Does have a bubble attack that you want to avoid. But if you have the Anger Lance, you could just trap him in a corner and just absolutely destroy him. I don't even know how I pulled that off. I just did it. I didn't really have a game plan going in, and I just managed to trap in the corner and kill him without taking a hit. And now that we're done, we no longer have the Anger Lance. We're now back to the short sword, as you can see. And we have been invited to Dysteria Castle to meet Princess Lena. I actually shut up there for a minute or two just so you guys could hear this song. Really, really good music here. I like it. Anyway, Lena is impressed with our performance in the Colosseum, and she wants to speak to us alone. Her advisors are kind of against this, but she demands that she be alone with us. And they all leave. We're attended by these two treasure chests we can't open because the game won't let us do it. And this sets up what's going to happen next. Because she wants us to do something for her. East of the castle lies a crystal cave. It's a beautiful cave, but she can't go in there because of a dragon. Or so she was told. Since she has us with her, she wants us to go with her to the cave and accompany her in case something happens. And well, since she's still our master, we can't really disobey her or anything, so let's just go ahead and pick yes to avoid a but thou must situation. Look at Lena's walk cycle. Listen to this song a little more in case we want to. And then we're automatically at the Crystal Cave. And no sooner does Lena and everyone else enter the cave that the dragon servants take her away. And we can't leave because these guards won't let us get out of here. What do you mean, what should you do? You could let me escape, but of course that's probably not going to happen. So, we're going to have to save Princess Lena whether we would like to or not in the next video. So let's go ahead and equip the crossbow and do the outro. Join me next time where I rescue Princess Lena. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. And let's save our game in that level. Alright. See you next time.